Welcome to the podcast, Leading and Growing Your Real Estate Business by Coach James Short. This podcast is designed to help you with strategies, insights, and ways to increase sales, build and lead high-performing teams, and ultimately grow your business. Your host, James Short himself, also shares some of his secret sauces on how he helps his own clients achieve business growth quickly and easily. James has been coaching those in the real estate and property industry for close to 10 years now, and his clients keep on saying, since working with James, their results have been outstanding, giving them more money, time, and fulfillment. James is offering a free strategy call to those listening to see how he can assist you to take your business to where you want to go. Simply go to jamesshort.com.au/strategy and book in a time today. Now on with the show.
Hi and welcome to another edition of Leading and Growing Your Real Estate Business. Coach James here again, and thank you for tuning in for this latest episode. We have a special guest, and this is special a guest is really for all the listeners, but in particular, our wonderful women listeners out there. Sharlene Cohen is the general manager of Surety Property. They are the experts when it comes to inspections, termite pest inspections, building and property inspections, and really in such a male-dominated industry, Sharlene is the one who's really coming through the other side and really being the beacon for so many women out in the industry on how you can really step up and lead and be inspirational and truly make a difference in so many people's lives. Surety Property has been around since 2001 by herself, Sharlene, and her husband, Bruce. We're really providing massive value for their clients. They've won numerous business awards in a number of different industries. And this is a real honor and privilege to have Sharlene on the call with us today. And just want to say thank you for joining us today. Sharlene, great to have you.
Hey, James, thanks so much. It's lovely to be able to hopefully share some nice stories with your listeners today and your viewers. And so I appreciate the opportunity to have a chat to yourself and to everybody else. So
I'm so excited because, you know, we could be literally talking for hours on so many different topics. We've had chats before, and it's just so nice to actually get you online and get you on the episode today. So let's start off with a little bit of a history on how you got to where you are today. What has been that journey for you?
Okay, so I suppose I've come from a pretty tough family. I've come from a farming environment. So I'm a country girl. And I think that brings, different elements as well. We have different experiences to maybe where you might have been brought up in the city. I've got a very strong sporting background, and I think having a sporting background is useful. You've had challenges and you're looking for success, I suppose. So sporting background, I joined the public service when I was a whole of 18. Not a very good public servant, let me say. I didn't really fit the mold. Back in that day, it was expected that, I didn't go to university, get a degree. I was just going to get married and have kids. And so I wasn't encouraged to go to uni. I just joined the public service. I went and joined the typing board. Anyway, so I didn't last there very long. Then I got into banking, and I got into just being a teller. And then I moved up into lending. Then I became a branch manager, and then I became a financial planner. So a lot of that experience then led me into where we probably are today. So in 2000, I joined my husband's business, which is a building consultancy business, predominantly dealing with mums and dads, and also commercial B2B as well. But our mums and dads are our kind of like core business because they're the people I really love to work with. And so I got involved in that business, and I suppose through what I've been able to bring to the business from a woman's perspective and that personal connection perspective in a pretty hard driven kind of structured world, I've been able to add some value to the business, and we're now, we've done some amazing things for the business and ultimately for our customers and our team, which is
so true. I mean, if you look at the journey that you've come along, which has been an amazing journey. Obviously, there's been some setbacks, some challenges, and some hurdles that you've overcome, but you've come through the other side. But what are some of those challenges that you've got through that you look back and go, wow, that was a massive challenge that we've got through? And what was the lesson that you took from that challenge or those challenges?
Okay, so the business evolved as every business does. And if you're not evolving, you're not growing. You're not learning. And I suppose we took a path of taking some referrals from a source that we decided we weren't necessarily comfortable with. While it was very lucrative, and it was also not a great place for us and our team. We actually rebranded our whole business in 2010. And that was a big change for all of us, including our team. We had to sell it to the team and to our customers. But we came out of it on the other side feeling like, wow, we can sleep at night. Wow, we're feeling like we're actually giving what we really heartfelt wanted to give to people, rather than feeling like we were pushed into a direction that we weren't necessarily comfortable with. So as a result of that significant change, we had like a 40% decline in our income.
Wow.
Because 80% of our work was coming from this particular source. So we had to recover from that. But we are, and now we're working with the clients that we love and that they love us. And we have this amazing connection with them. And now all our work comes from 70% of our work comes from existing clients, work professionals. So yeah.
It's so amazing, right? When you go through those challenges and at the time you just go, oh my gosh, how are we going to get through this? And then you look back in retrospect, you go, wow, that was a turning point for us. And look at us now, how you've changed the source, you've done a rebrand, you come through the other side and look what you've created. So testament to you and to the team of persevering and coming through.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about some wins? I mean, you've had some huge wins over your journey. If you look back, what are some of those memorable wins that you go, wow, that was a real turning point for us?
So that was probably the key win for us, because we are now working with our target market, and our target market is predominantly risk-averse clients.
Yep.
And so part of that journey was making sure we understood who our client wanted to be, so we could message and work with them in the way that they needed to be worked with. So that's a really important message, because I think coming out the other side, we now are working with those people we know we want to work with and that need our help, and that risk-averse buyers. So some of the other wins that we've had, we've received government grants, we've had research and development. Well, they're not a grant, but I can't think what the term is, but we had R&D. So we've currently got a grant at the moment, building a first-time buyers online course and an app as well. So that's exciting. And yes, and the business has personally won some small business awards, and I also won a leadership award as well. So, but, you know, in all of that, probably the win for us is having a team of people that believe in us. You know, it takes a long time to get to that.
Yep.
And now they actually are on the same page as us. So to have that is I'm able to now work in the business more than on the business, because I have this amazing team that get us, they get Bruce and I, they get what we stand for. And then the feedback we get from the people, and that is all reflective, it's a lovely feeling. And I'm happy to get out of bed in the morning where I wasn't so happy.
Love it. So let's talk about teams, right? Because you've been in part of teams in past employments and now growing your own team. And you've seen obviously other businesses' teams. What makes up a championship or a winning team, do you feel? Where do you feel most other business owners get it wrong?
Okay. I'm a big person on communication.
Ooh, love it.
Yeah. I think communication plays out in so many ways. Not only with your team, with your customers, and just on the customer side, I think we tend to hide behind technology a little bit these days, and we don't pick up the phone and we don't want to connect with people. So that connection is through your team, through your staff, through your suppliers. So back to the team, it's about allowing them to be themselves, obviously within the requirements of the business and the processes.
Yep.
Being able to share, not being scared of being able to put suggestions forward and being part, they feel like they belong and that they contribute to the betterment of ultimately the business, which is there for the customers. So strong on communication, I think if we all have really, I think listening is really important. And we do that, with our customers as well, being able to listen and understand and be empathetic. Training has been a big issue for us. In honesty, we've struggled to probably keep a lot of our inspectors because it's a pretty crappy job that we ask them to do sometimes, going under floors in rooms and stuff. And because we don't employ people based on necessarily their background from a building perspective, we employ based on their communication skills, their empathy, their caring nature and so on. We can train them into that other stuff. But as a result, we take many months and much money is invested in getting the right people so they can represent the business and look after our customers.
So true. That's so important. Getting those values and behaviors right first. And as you said, you can train the skills down the track. I think that's a crucial key. What about leadership? I mean, being a leader within the business, a leader within the industry, what are some of those traits, particularly as a female leader? What are you noticing for yourself personally, and what are you noticing out there within the industry as a female leader?
Yeah, so I think you have to be very personal. It comes back to communication. I think you need to be open-minded and passionate and enthusiastic. So it's really interesting because, I'm not working in a sexy, exciting industry, but it's an important industry. It's so important that people make this decision and getting their, this is one of their process of buying right. They've got to tick all these boxes, and getting their building and pest inspections is one of the key parts of that. And I think if you can bring the emotion and the understanding into that, so that's why I think a woman in my industry has so many opportunities. I think they can bring that through their team and through their customers. So I think it's believing in what you do. You put that energy out and your passion out, people just surround you, and I think they want to be part of that. So I think leadership, some ways it's a bit of an overused word, and some people think you have to be born a leader. I wasn't born a leader. I think,
so true.
And I started in management, and I think you learn so much in a management role as well. And I think leaders these days have to come from both worlds to become a good leader, because I think they all add value. But yeah, leadership style, I think it can grow and it can develop, and you learn from everybody else that you come in contact with, and that's how you become a better leader.
Love it.
There's no right or wrong. It's just learn from your team, people you've worked with in your other jobs, and
And that's so true. And that's sort of, we learn so much from our network, from our colleagues, from our teams, from our mentors, and just on that. So, you've had some great mentors and people that have influenced you over the past. Who are some of those people that have really allowed you to shine, really helped you in your growth, in your business, and how have they helped you?
Okay. You read so many books and you kind of like go, yeah, that's great. There it's inspirational. And you take little pockets of stuff and information. But I think, as I just said, the people that have been inspirational to me, to who I've become today, is the people that I have worked with, loved, my friends, my family, they all teach you
Yeah.
rights and the wrongs. You can read it in a book, you can go and listen to a seminar, and they all have value. But I think it's your life journey. You learn from your life journey. You take what you need to become a better person. And some of the people that I've worked with that have come back to me later and said, you know, just beautiful things about their experience. You allowed me to grow. You gave me the confidence to grow, and now I'm here. I wouldn't have been here without you. You know, so that didn't come out of a book. That's come out of someone else's mouth.
Yeah, lovely.
You know, but in saying that, I think having a coach and a mentor is one of the most important things that anyone should do. And I encourage everyone who's just working, you know, they might be working in a public service role. They should have a buddy, somebody they can talk to. They don't have to be paying a lot of money for a mentor, but we all need people to talk to often. We all get hurt sometimes, and we just need to be able to share. And yeah, so I think that's really important.
So true, so true. So, because I think that's important, because sometimes we can have it so stuck in our heads that it just keeps on going round and round and round and round. And when you can actually communicate that to someone and get it out, they can look at it through a different set of eyes and lenses to give you, maybe ask a couple of questions. You go, didn't realize that. And now you can see the solution a little bit differently. So it's so important, so important. So
Yeah.
Question, if you were to give one of the listeners 3 pieces of advice to help grow their business, what would those 3 pieces of advice be?
Okay, good question. You only want 3. Okay. I'm going to really go right back to the basics of when, these are the things I should have done, and it's never too late because I'm now done. One of the most important things that we've done is create a beautiful business. And this is a term that some of your listeners might be familiar with and others may not be. But think about when you're building this business, don't think about you, think about your customers and think about your team and how that feels for them to be involved with your business. And build and design it around them, make it sustainable about them. What's the purpose? And for us, it's thinking about the customer first, your team first, you second. And while that may take a longer place for you to get to where you want to be from a money perspective, the rewards are far greater and you will be far better off if you have this beautiful business mindset. And it's so pleasing to be able to get to that. The other part of it is, please set up a database from day one. You know, I can't believe I used to tell people to do it and I didn't do it myself. And please just get the simplest of database, put every person that you come in contact with and start to talk to them on a regular basis. Because they're key to the longevity. And you don't want to be buying people all the time. You want to build that from the beginning, and then you can start to work with them. You have less customers that are making you more money. And then probably the other key significant thing is get your finances set up perfectly. Spend some money and get this right, but understand your finances. Pay an accountant to get, or a bookkeeper to get it set up. But if you're not then chasing your money, invoicing regularly, paying your BAS, meeting your obligations, you're not going to be in business very long. You're not paying your SGC, you know, all of these things. And for me, you know, I'll be honest, I got myself in some troubles, hence why I can share that with you right now, because that's been a big learning curve for me. And then I started to work with James, which I think you will know, Craig Minter from.
Yeah, legend. He's been a guest on the podcast before.
Yes.
Yep.
So anyone's listening, have a tune into that.
Totally, check it out.
Craig is awesome. And he basically helped me build a system and a process that's not complicated. And now I have confidence that I'm going to have my money there for wages. I'm going to be able to pay my GST. And for me, and for most of us, you know, having that confidence and that money in the bank
Yeah, so true.
Yeah, right.
So true. So
they're
true.
probably the three, but I could go on forever.
Love it, love it. So what's coming up for you? What's on the horizon? Are there any projects that you're working on? Any new plans you're working on?
Awesome. So while our building consultancy business is here, I think I briefly mentioned to you about that we received a government grant. It's a federal government grant actually. And it's to stimulate, we're in the regional areas. So it's to assist regional stimulation and growth and about employing people. But the core of what I'm doing is I am building an online course for first home buyers.
Wow.
And there's actually nothing out there as such to take people from the start, setting your goals, and then taking right to the point of unlocking the keys. So we're working with experts in each of the fields, your mortgages, your legal, and your financial planners, and your insurance companies, and we're building out a program to help people basically walk through the process, because it's a pretty daunting place buying the first home. And once again, because our customers are predominantly risk averse, a lot of them are first home buyers. Yeah. So that's one pretty big area that we're working on. Also developing an app at the moment.
Right.
A comparison app.
Wow.
So that's in the throes. And then probably the other key thing is just introducing more technology into the business to make us more efficient, but without compromising the outcomes for the.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So where can the listeners find out more? Where can you send them? Where can they follow you?
So we're in a pretty small area, so we're not going to be able to service probably a lot of your listeners. But I suppose what I want to share from a leadership perspective, if you've got any viewers or listeners that just want to chat to somebody about that process, if we can't actually physically help them, I just love to share my knowledge and information with people. I think, sometimes you just want to speak to somebody, and so you can get me at the business, Sharlene at suretyproperty.com.au. I am on LinkedIn. Surety Property has a Facebook page. So that's where you can get me. I do a live stream every Saturday about buying property or building property. That's under Surety Cohen's, Cohens, that's our surname. So that's pretty cool, because that's me being able to share some hints and tips from an honest and genuine perspective. So
beautiful, beautiful. Sharlene, really appreciate your time, energy. I love it. As I said, we can talk hours, right? Hours on so many different topics.
Oh, we good.
I love it. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And I look forward to speaking to you soon.
I hope I've been able to just add some nice value to your listeners, and I think we all have stories to share.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to humanize that and bring that and share that with people. So
much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Bye.